David will be notified of a lead. After hanging up with Ross, he stared, thinking, coffee or a stare. Just as he was about to shut down his daughter's computer, a bizarre video from Mark caught his eye. It looked like something from an extreme humor series. It seemed like Mark really loved the place, so he quickly found the location of Bays Lake based on his daughter's tags, a true Instagram hotspot. A quick look at the map showed her route that night perfectly matched the lake. Talk about a genius designer. So, David jumped into action toward Bays Lake, probably thinking, my soul is as eager as a caffeine-driven hamster. However, once he had arrived at his destination, he promptly dialed Officer Ross, having suddenly realized something astonishing. I discovered a party scene at this location. Ross, darling, why don't you go home and get some sleep? Tonight's news is about to get spicy. What are you doing, David? Are you sure that's your daughter's keychain or some bizarre decor? Ross told him not to panic and that she would be there soon. By the next morning, police pulled Mark's car from the lake. This car looks like it just came off the racetrack. Although no body was found in the car, it was clear this wasn't an ordinary missing person case. This might just hit the headline. Ross deemed it a kidnapping, urging a forest search. Maybe Mark's camping. Suddenly, people around began to spontaneously organize search parties and take collective action. Let's unite and conduct a grand-scale manhunt. However, days passed, but Mark remained missing without a trace. Just then, as a storm rolled in, all search efforts were halted. Who knew I'd be waiting here for a clear sky? David thanked all the volunteers on the news, but as events unfolded, many netizens began blaming the parents. Talk about a soap opera. Some netizens believed Mark's runaway was all due to David, the incompetent dad. Formerly unfamiliar classmates rushed out claiming, Mark was my best friend. Talk about a fair-weather friend. All those concerned friends were riding the hype wave and gaining followers online. Meanwhile, David quietly stared at pictures of his daughter's car, just wanting to find clues, not caring about the internet trolls. With a keen eye, he noticed an article of clothing in the car. Isn't that just my brother Peter's style? Upon scanning through his daughter's chat history with Peter, his anger ignited instantly. It was evident from the conversation that they seemed to be hiding a certain dark secret, truly embodying the term secret kingdom. He confronted Peter directly, asking, what kind of situation are we dealing with here? Do you think you're serious? Under David's questioning, Peter spilled the beans, all linked to Jingting. David's daughter had been a mess since his wife's passing, which he completely overlooked. Such a heartbreaking drama. And Peter's potential bad habits rubbed off on Mark, leaving everyone silent. What a dramatic twist. Excited Peter and Mark were hiding it all, while David was a silent observer. What a plot twist. Just as things brewed, David got a call. After hearing it, he looked like he'd been hit by lightning. Turns out a criminal confessed to the kidnapping. Unable to handle the pressure, he confessed. The video caused chaos, but when police arrived, they found he had retired early. Facing the media, Officer Ross announced, although we didn't find the body, this case is closed. Talk about a thriller. David couldn't accept this outcome, although the killer confessed. He could only arrange his daughter's memorial. This is too much for me. Just as he uploaded the photo of his daughter, he suddenly spotted a model's picture. Hey, isn't that Hannah, the one who chats with my daughter often? Puzzled, David quickly did a reverse image search. Well, she's not even named Hannah, but a fashion model. This meant that Mark had been duped, and worse, the police had never verified her identity. Upon these revelations, David's gaze shifted towards Officer Ross. Didn't she say she verified Hannah? Why was there a mess? He checked Ross' profile again and found something spine-chilling in one of the photos he had seen. Turns out the killer, who committed suicide, was a criminal helped by Ross. Talk about the departed. These questions led David to a bold guess. Is Ross manipulating things from behind the scenes? At Mark's memorial, David directly confronted Ross, asking, what do you really know? This raised eyebrows in the police, and sensing the gravity, Ross surprisingly confessed everything. Talk about jaw-dropping. With Ross taken in, he revealed in the station, it all had to do with Robert. Oh my gosh. This all began 6 months back when Robert met Mark on the streaming site. gradually developing a crush talk about a fanboy. To get closer to Mark, Robert made a fake profile online, what a catfish move. To charm Mark, he spun a tale about his tragic background. Surprisingly, Mark bought it. Mark cancelled his piano lessons to send Robert money, a whopping $2,500. Talk about a money magician. Robert never thought Mark would actually send him money, and his crush skyrocketed. But when Robert decided to meet Mark to return the money, everything went off the rails. Mark drove to Base Lake instead. He meant to have a friendly chat but found Mark in the middle of tweaking, and suddenly he was the bad guy. In the standoff, Robert accidentally pushed Mark off a cliff. Talk about the king of accidents. The canyon was narrow and deep, terrifying. Terrified, Robert could only ask his mom for help. A tearjerker.